Well, just as Artemis 2 scoots past the dark side of the moon with 4 astronauts on board, including a Canadian, making them the furthest traveled humans in the history of humanity, as far as we know, at least on this plane of existence, we have a complete shit show down here on good old Gaia. On Easter Sunday, no less, the President of the United States muses openly about how the Iranians had better, quote, open the fucking Straits of Hormuz, or those crazy bastards, again I quote, are going to regret it. Just to bring you up to speed, if that doesn't happen by 8 p.m. Eastern Time today, that would be 5 p.m. for those of us privileged enough to live in the Pacific time zone, Trump warns the Iranians that he will destroy their civilization forever, which would include the bombing of civilian infrastructure and civilians themselves, constituting war crimes. Meanwhile, today in Budapest, Trump's Vice President, J.D. Vance, is giving a speech, even as I speak with you right now, standing side by side with the infamously authoritarian Viktor Orban, who is fighting for his political life leading up to this coming Sunday's election, which he just might lose after over a decade of what he calls illiberal democracy, but objectively has involved fleecing the Hungarian people, enabling himself, his family, and a few of his oligarchic friends to become obscenely wealthy, while normal Hungarians, yeah, you get my drift. So Vance, in a speech today in Budapest, standing next to Orban, had the temerity to rail against the European Union, accusing it of election interference, and how horrible that is. Well, first of all, it's a lie. That hasn't happened. And secondly, he's standing, that I mentioned, next to a candidate in this Sunday's Hungarian elections, extolling his virtues, embarrassingly, phoning Donald Trump while on the stage so that over a speaker, Trump could endorse Orban. And Vance has the chutzpah to stand there and accuse someone else of election interference. The last time I looked, he was, and still is, unfortunately, the Vice President of the United States. George Orwell would be laughing his head off right now if it weren't so damned scary.